Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning to you from wherever you might be joining us all over the world, and a very, very warm welcome to the 2021 Chinese New Year celebration online. My name is Trevor Phillips, and myself and Kelly Wang will be your host for today's proceedings. Now, this time last year, nobody would have imagined that meeting up in front of screens would be the new norm, and yet here we are in full force, ready to celebrate together. The theme is the Year of the Ox, which is all about strength, resilience, keeping positive, and of course, keeping safe. We'd like to first and foremost thank the Belfast City Council for awarding us the opportunity to make all of this possible. Also, a huge thank you to the Chinese Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Chinese Welfare Association. Just a few housekeeping rules here and there. Remember to keep your microphone on mute, and remember that the session is recorded for those who can't be with us live today. And if you don't want to be seen, please feel free to turn off your camera as well. And please make sure that you are switched to speaker view on your Zoom in order for you to have the best viewing experience. Kelly, how are you today?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Thank you. Hello， 大家下午好，晚上好，早上好。今天是个特殊的日子，西方的情人节。无论您在世界的哪个角落呢，都欢迎您加入我们，一起来观看我们的线上2021年中国新年庆典活动。我是 Kelly 王杰。那今天呢，有特别荣幸由我和 Trevor Phillips 一起为您主持这场庆典。在去年的这个时候啊，没有人会想到在线上见面呢将成为这种新的常态。牛年代表了力量、韧性、乐观、积极和安全。那我们这场庆典呢，也想传达这样的讯息。首先，特别感谢贝尔法斯特市政厅的大力支持，让我们有机会相聚云端。也非常感谢华商会和华福会的鼎力支持。那我们在这里呢，有一个小小的请求，请大家在观看时把麦克风调成静音。如果您不想露面的话，也请关闭摄像头。Trevor。
All right, time now to turn our attention to Mr. Danny Wong, MBE, who is both the chair of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce as well as the Chinese Welfare Association. And just like the rest of us, he's coming to us from the comfort of his own home.
Dear friends and colleagues, good afternoon. Although we cannot celebrate in person, I'm glad that we are able to hold our Lunar New Year virtually, and thus we can connect with everyone, no matter where you are in the world. In Chinese culture, the Lunar New Year is also called the Spring Festival and marks the arrival of spring. As many believe, spring is a symbol of new beginnings, and it carries feelings of hopefulness and optimism. At the end of 2019, a ruthless pandemic broke out and tore through every nation in the world. The COVID-19 has and will continue to change our daily lives and practices with its far-reaching impact. This virus is the common enemy of humanity. I hope that we can all support each other by adhering to the guidelines set out by the governments and the medical professionals around the world, and that we can keep each other safe and protect one another until we are able to eradicate this virus successfully. We live in precarious times, and we are faced with enormous challenges, but I'm certain that we will overcome them together. Finally, on behalf of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce and the Chinese Welfare Association in Northern Ireland, I wish you all the best of luck and good health in the Year of the Ox. Thank you. Now I'm going to say a few words in Chinese. 各位同胞，各位朋友，大家好，恭喜發財！我好高興喺度可以上網同北愛爾蘭以至世界各地嘅朋友一齊慶祝農曆新年。中國新年亦稱為春節，寓意春節嘅來臨。我好相信春天一定會帶來俾大家一個新嘅希望 同埋美好嘅將來。喺過去嘅一年，一場無情嘅冠狀病毒喺全球爆發，深深咁樣影響咗我哋嘅日常生活同埋習慣。呢一種病毒係我哋人類嘅共同敵人。我希望通過全球嘅合作，大家遵守世界各國政府制定嘅防疫措施，我哋一定能夠戰勝呢一種病毒嘅。我哋生活喺唔穩定嘅時代，面臨巨大嘅挑戰，但係我好相信我哋一定能夠克服所有嘅困難。最後，我代表北愛爾蘭華商總會、北愛爾蘭華人福利會，恭祝大家牛年快樂，身體健康，財源廣進，心想事成。多謝大家。
Chinese community here is doing what it can to help those back home, as Declan Harvey has been finding out.
And this is the second shipment to go to China, but it's by far the biggest. It will arrive in the city of Shenyang in the northeast of the...
During the outbreak, the Chinese community in Northern Ireland raised a total of £32,981 under the leadership of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce. In March 2020, a total of £15,999 was raised to support the Shenyang Anti-Epidemic Fund, all of which was used to purchase PPE medical supplies, which were delivered to the Shenyang Red Cross General. In March 2020, due to the outbreak in the United Kingdom, the situation of prevention and control became increasingly serious. Our Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Chinese Language School in Northern Ireland and other Chinese communities organized fundraising activities to raise a total of £16,982. All funds were donated to support the Northern Ireland Health Service through the Belfast Health and Social Care Foundation to help support the brilliant work of the doctors and nurses on the front line. Our Chinese community expresses our resolution of anti-epidemic. Let's continue to work together and united against this pandemic. Lord Lieutenant Fenula G. O'Boyle CBE, on behalf of the Queen, received a very positive response when she posted on her website the news of the Chinese community's donation to the Northern Ireland Medical Service. The Lord Mayor of Belfast shared his appreciation to the local Chinese community for raising more than £17,000 to help doctors and nurses serving on the front line. He expressed his appreciation on behalf of the whole city.
Belfast
下面有请贝尔法斯特市市长Frank McBride 先生为我们致辞。
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, ni hao. Hello everyone, I'm Alderman Frank McBride, the Lord Mayor of the city of Belfast, sister city of Shenyang in China. It is an honour to join you here today to celebrate the Chinese New Year of the Ox. The Ox represents hard work, positivity and honesty, and after a difficult year, we look forward with optimism to deepening our long-standing relationships within and between our communities and of course, health and happiness. The Chinese community in Northern Ireland is one of the biggest and most established minority communities, playing a huge role in the economic, educational, cultural and social life of the city since first arriving in the early 1960s. The strong work ethic and diversity of talent has added to the richness and creativity of Belfast, and the links forged have opened up opportunities and markets in other parts of the world. It gives me great pleasure to see Belfast's growing diversity of communities share this festival and celebrating your culture, albeit virtually this year. Belfast City Council has been engaged with China since the late 1990s, and more recently, through our sister city relationship with Shenyang, developing businesses, tourism, educational and civic relationships. The Confucius Institute at Ulster University continues to forge important connections with China's business and education sectors and promotes the Chinese language and culture in schools across Northern Ireland. InvestNI's annual International Trade Mission programme seeks business, investment and research opportunities in world markets, including China. The Queen's University continues to cooperate with China in many sectors and, of course, in the exchange of students and staff. The city is delighted to have the opportunity to work with the Chinese Welfare Association, which promotes and supports the Chinese community throughout Belfast and Northern Ireland, enabling the community to realise its potential and to strengthen links between the city and China. The city is also very grateful to the association, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce, and many in the Chinese community for raising considerable funds for the NHS during the pandemic. Your efforts are truly appreciated. I want to thank our friends in the Chinese Consulate and colleagues in the Confucius Institute, Queen's and Ulster Universities, the Chinese Welfare Association, the Chinese Chamber, and indeed all who worked so hard to enrich our communities here in Belfast. As a city, we place great value on the contribution that our long-standing Chinese community brings to our city and region on a cultural, business, educational and community level. I hope that wherever you're celebrating Chinese New Year, that you do so with great joy, pride, colour, hope, and I hope that the next time that we gather to celebrate this great occasion, that we can do it so in person. I wish you every success with your event and look forward to our continued work and friendship with you all for many years to come. Xie, thank you, and Happy New Year.
As Lord Lieutenant of Belfast, I want to recognise the special and vibrant contribution that the Chinese community make to life in the city. And so with this Lunar New Year at the Ox, I want to wish you all health, happiness and prosperity. Gong Hei Fai Joy, San Lin Fai Lok.
That was the Lord Lieutenant of Belfast, the official representative of the Queen for the County Borough of Belfast, Fionnuala J. O'Boyle, CBE, who was appointed in July of 2014.
那贝尔法斯的中尉呢是英国女王大学在北爱尔兰的官方代表，现任中尉是 Fionnuala J. O'Boyle， 他于2014年7月获得大英帝国勋章。那下面呢，我们很荣幸的邀请到了我们中华人民共和国驻贝尔法斯特的领事馆的总领事 Madam Zhang。
Yep, now we are delighted to introduce the Consul General of the People's Republic of China in Belfast, Madam Zhang.
President Daddy Wong, distinguished guests, dear friends of the Chinese community in Northern Ireland, thank you so much for inviting me to join you in the celebration of the Chinese Lunar New Year online held by the Chinese Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of the Chinese Consul General in Belfast, and also in my name, I would really wish to wish you all a most happy, healthy, and prosperous year of the Ox. The year 2020, after the outbreak of the COVID-19 epidemic, under the strong leadership of the Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Party and Xi Jinping of the Party Secretary General at its core, China has made great achievements in tackling the epidemic while achieving great successes in building a moderately prosperous society in all aspects. Last October, the 5th plenary session of the 19th Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Party adopted the 14th Five-Year Plan for Economic and Social Development, as well as the long-range objectives through the year 2035, which put forward the new development pattern, the new development concept, as well as the new development shake-up by embarking on a new journey to fully build a modern socialist country. In the year 2020, the Chinese community in Northern Ireland did a great job by working along with the people of the motherland in their efforts to fight against the COVID-19 epidemic by contributing the PPEs and the other preventive materials and goods to the people of the motherland. At the same time, the Chinese community also did a great job to donating lots of goods to the Belfast Health and Social Care Trust in their efforts to tackle the epidemic. And we were very thankful to the great and significant contributions made by the Chinese community in helping the people in Northern Ireland. Being the Consul General of China in Belfast, I'm very proud of you for the contributions which you have made to the further enhancement of the friendly and mutually beneficial relationship between China and Northern Ireland. In the Year of the Ox, the Chinese Consulate will continue to show concern, care to the Chinese community by providing all kinds of services to the overseas Chinese in Northern Ireland, and to encourage you to continue to play your big role in the further enhancement of mutual understanding, friendship, trust, and mutually beneficial cooperation between China and Northern Ireland. We also encourage you to continue to play your parts in the promotion and spread of the traditional Chinese culture in Northern Ireland. This year is the year whereby we are going to celebrate the centenary anniversary of the founding of the Chinese Communist Party. We hope that we will continue to play a role in making China, Chinese culture, Chinese heritage, and also the friendship between the two peoples be better known to the people here in Northern Ireland. Finally, if not the least, we will also encourage you to play your due role in our realization of the Chinese dream of rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. 今天正值牛年春节初三，请允许我代表中国驻贝尔法斯特总领馆给大家拜年了，敬祝大家牛年吉祥，身体健康，阖家幸福，万事如意。
It is the quintessential performance often seen at the beginning of any auspicious event. Now, the Chinese Welfare Association is funded by the Executive Office through the Minority Ethnic Development Fund, and it has 4 basic outcomes. It is the equality of service provision, elimination of prejudice, racism, and hate crime, increased participation, representation, and belonging, because people from minority ethnic backgrounds are represented fully in all aspects of life and enjoy a sense of belonging. And of course, cultural diversity is celebrated. And this is exactly what we are doing here today. So up next, let's welcome Junior Ministers Gary Middleton and Declan Kearney.
那感谢刚刚的舞狮表演。那接下来有请北爱政府士官 Gary Middleton 和Declan Kearney 为我们致辞，有请。
Ni men hao. It gives me great pleasure to wish everyone in the Chinese Welfare Association and the wider Chinese community a very happy new year. Shenyang Kuai Li. I am very honoured to take part in this event. I've only taken up this appointment very recently, and I'm very excited to play an active role in supporting the racial equality strategy on behalf of the Executive Office. The Chinese Welfare Association has for many years been pivotal in promoting and advocating for the Chinese people and the culture here. So I am truly delighted to be part of our continued involvement with the association in its New Year celebrations. Obviously this one is different. We're all online, we're physically apart, but emotionally and virtually we're all still celebrating together. All of us have been asked to sacrifice a lot in this past year, but it has been a challenge that we all have faced as one community. It's a challenge we have all shouldered and endured and will continue to rise to meet. This, of course, is the year of the ox. The ox represents hard work, honesty, creativity, ambition, patience, and steadfastness. These are the exact strengths that we will all need to demonstrate against this virus that sees no difference in nationality, ethnicity, or religion. Today, however, is a day of celebration. It gives us a chance to look forward with optimism and hope for better days, better luck, and lasting health.
Gong XI Fat Choi. It's wonderful to make a small contribution to your celebrations at the beginning of this new year, the year of the ox. On behalf of the Executive Office, I want to reiterate our deep gratitude to the people of China, to the Chinese government, for all of the assistance that you have provided to us during the course of 2020 in our struggle against COVID-19. These are difficult times for us all. I would much prefer to be joining you in person, but technology allows us to come together and to share solidarity and also to recognise these important cultural occasions. I want to particularly pay tribute and thank the Chinese Welfare Association and also the Chinese Chamber of Commerce for all of your efforts in assisting us come through this very difficult year. Let us now look forward to better times ahead, to 2021, this year of the ox. I wish you all well with your celebration at this time, and I look forward to meeting you all again soon. Xie xie.
Great stuff. Time for a bit of music now. And up next, we have a local music mix featuring the best of local traditional Irish Ulster Scots music. The Chinese Welfare Association believes that culture is something that needs to be shared, and the Chinese community have prospered in this respect due to the support of our majority communities. Wouldn't you agree, Kelly?
Of course, I totally agree. 那接下来呢，我们将揭开华丽乐章的第一天。本地的音乐盛宴，这里拥有最好的传统爱尔兰、阿尔斯特以及苏格兰音乐。那华福会深信呢，文化是共享的，华人社区在这里的繁荣也离不开本地社区的莫大支持。两地文化的碰撞和交流，才能促进文化的长足进步。那么，有请欣赏。
From the music service for pipes and drums, Happy New Year to everyone at the Chinese Welfare Association, NI.
forget the sun in his jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while upon the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love upon the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in his jealous skies as we walked in fields of gold. See the west wind move like a lover's soul upon the fields of barley. Feel her body rise when you kiss her among the fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left we will walk in fields of gold. We will walk in fields of gold. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous skies when we walked in fields of gold. You remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous skies when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold.
Wonderful stuff right there. Now, a Chinese dancer, Weihong, delivers a very mesmerizing dance routine called Jasmine Flower. And for her performance, she took to the Titanic Quarter, which was the most visited tourist destination in the world in 2019.
那茉莉花呢，是中国文化的代表元素之一。我们的中国舞蹈家魏红，为了给我们演绎不一样的茉莉花，她前往2019年世界上参观人数最多的旅游目的地之一——泰坦尼克号博物馆。那有请她为我们带来舞蹈茉莉花。
小小的茉莉花呀，哎，小小的茉莉花。
All right, music is a universal language, and even through the lockdown, we're often able to connect with one another through the beauty of music. And up next to connect us with a beautiful tune called Love Is Never Lost, it's Helen Lee.
那感谢魏红啊，她的甜美的笑容、优雅的舞姿真的很迷人。那接下来呢，由 Helen Lee 李安琪为我们带来流行歌曲。安琪啊是很了不起的，她在2019年韩语流行歌曲大赛中获得爱尔兰赛区的亚军。那新冠肆虐，我们希望我们对彼此的关心、支持和爱不要失联。有请她带来永不失联的爱。
亲爱的，你躲在哪里发呆？有什么现实还无法释怀？我们总把人生想得太坏，像旁人不允许我们的怪。每一片与众不同的云彩，都需要找到天空的存在。哦，我们都习惯了原地徘徊，却无法习惯被依赖。你给我这一辈子都不想失联的爱，相信爱的征途就是星辰大海，美好剧情不会更改，是命运最好的安排。你给我这一辈子都不想失联的爱，就算你的呼吸远在千山之外，请你相信我给的爱值得你爱。走过陪你看流星的天台，爬过失去你漫长的等待。哦，好担心没人懂你的无奈，离开你谁还把你当小孩？我猜你一定也会想念我，也怕我失落在漫漫人海。没关系，只要你肯回头望，会发现我一直都在。你给我这一辈子都不想失联的爱，你的每条线细都是心跳节拍，每秒都想拥你入怀，全世界你最可爱。你给我这一辈子都不想失联的爱，就算你的呼吸远在千山之外，请你相信我给的爱值得你爱。
Absolutely wonderful stuff there from Helen Lee. Now, we are delighted to receive greetings from our friends in the Chinese community in Telford. This serves as a reminder that the Chinese community has been successful all over the UK. So let's hear a few words from Tong Hua, the principal of the Chinese Arts and Culture Center.
那感谢安琪刚刚的精彩演出。那我们也收到了童话的祝福。童话呢是中华艺术文化中心的校长，他来自 Telford， 是位于英国的中部。那里呢是英国工业革命的起源地，有世界上第一座铁桥。那他为我们带来了什么样的祝福呢？有请。
大家好，我是英国中华艺术文化中心的童话校长。在此祝贺北爱尔兰的华人华侨新春快乐，牛年吉祥。 在疫情期间，我们得到多家中文学校的支持，成立了中华艺术文化网院。特别感谢李校长积极鼓励北爱尔兰的华人学生参加我们的传统文化课程，从而达到传承传统文化的目的。我们的课程包括唱歌、跳舞、卡通画、国画、每周1首诗、瑜伽等等。课程都是公益价格，每堂课都在2磅钱左右。但是我们的老师都是一流的。每周1首诗由 BBC 国际电台双语主持杨丽老师指教，唱歌是由英国皇家音乐学院毕业的女高音歌唱家王晨老师指教，跳舞由北京舞蹈学院毕业的小黄老师教学，画画是国画李慧生老师，他的课特别神奇，可以让初学者画出非常棒的作品。大家可以通过李老师联系我们，体验和参加我们的课程。最后祝新春联欢会圆满成功，谢谢大家。
Now, the Chinese language school was founded in 1983. Now, from the moment the Chinese community established themselves in Northern Ireland, learning unconnected with the Chinese language was deemed to be very important. And thus, the Chinese language school was created in those early days. And interestingly enough, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce was also formed in that year. Right, Kelly?
Yes. 那北爱中文学校呢，建校于1983年，和北爱尔兰华商会成立于同一年。这2个机构共同为英国的华人社区做出了卓越的贡献。那中文学校的孩子们呢，也迫不及待的想为大家秀出他们的才艺，来一起来看看吧。
祝爷爷奶奶福如东海，2祝姥姥姥爷寿比南山，3祝爸爸妈妈万事如意，4祝叔叔阿姨好运连连，5祝老师同学意气风发，6祝自我超越勇往直前。2021
过年喽，挂一副中国结。过年喽，挂一副中国结。
四川遂宁，
恭喜南
过年喽，挂一副中国结。
过年喽，挂一副中国结。
过年喽，挂一副正规结。
北爱中文学校普通话7年级在此恭祝大家
新年快乐！
挂一副中国结，欢
喜春天牛年在下起
挂一副中国结，热情洋溢；挂一副中国结，迎接春节；挂一副中国结，把梦想迎进家里，家里。
Now, if you thought that was cute, wait till you see our next clip. We've been running a week house greetings competition, and up next are our lucky winners. Kelly?
Yes. 这是一群多才多艺的小可爱们呢，下面的环节要高甜预警了，我们的小小柠檬王们要给大家拜年了。这些小可爱们一点也不吝啬他们的爱心和祝福，一起来看看吧。
新年到，祝大财源滚滚，好运到，祝大家出国年前好运连连，阖家欢乐，万事如意。
And I would like to wish you a happy new year. 新年快乐.
Hi everyone. Happy Chinese New Year. 恭喜发财，新年好。拜年了，恭喜万事如意。新年好呀，新年好呀，祝贺大家新年好，新年好呀！祝福大家新年好。我们上天，我们下午，祝福大家新年好，新年快乐！新年好，牛年大吉，新年快乐，万事如意。祝大家新年快乐！2021牛气冲天！
Okay, my day has officially been made. Right, it's time for us now to turn the attention on you there at home. Yes, you. Now, wherever you might be in the house, in the living room, in your kitchen, or maybe snuggled up in your bed because it is rather cold, we'd like to see you just shake things up just a little bit. So please give us a big wave. You can blow us a kiss, give us a thumbs up, or maybe show us some dance moves, if you will. And remember to use the speaker view on Zoom. What do you think? Shall we do that, Kelly?
Of course， 那现在呢，给你们一个展示自己的高光时刻。无论你是在客厅、厨房，或者是窝在温暖的被窝里，请和我们一起造起来。你可以给我们挥挥手，或者是展示你酷炫的舞蹈动作，或者做个鬼脸，或者给我们送个飞吻。为了保证最佳效果呢，大家可以调成这个演讲者模式。So it's your show time.
Well done, everyone. Well done, well done, well done. All right, now, did you know that for over the past 5 years, Belfast has been teaming up with a sister city in northeast China called Shenyang? Since that date, there has been much activity in business, education, culture, as well as tourism. Now, we are delighted to hear from the Vice Mayor of Shenyang, who wants to say a big hello to the people of Belfast. Kelly?
是啊，在过去的5年里，我们贝尔法斯特和中国沈阳一直是互帮互助的友好姊妹城市。自从结为友好城市的那天起呢，2个城市在商业、教育、文化和旅游方面开启了全面交流。我们也很荣幸邀请到了沈阳市副市长，他有话要对贝尔法斯特诉说，有请。
尊敬的张美芳总领事、麦克布理事长、黄伟成会长。 各位侨领朋友们、女士们、先生们，大家过年好！很高兴能在中华民族的传统节日春节，以视频形式给大家拜年。借此机会，我谨代表沈阳市人民政府，对北爱尔兰华商总会新春招待会的举办表示热烈的祝贺，向长期以来关心支持沈阳经济社会发展的 北爱尔兰各界朋友致以诚挚的问候和新春的美好祝愿。过去1年，面对突如其来的新冠疫情，北爱尔兰华商总会各位侨领多方努力，筹措并捐赠我市2批防疫物资，在抗疫的关键阶段，为沈阳战役提供了有力支援。对此，沈阳人民 将铭记在心。贝尔法斯特与沈阳结为友城5年来，两市在智慧城市、高端制造、生命健康等领域交流合作不断深化。中国医科大学、贝尔法斯特女王大学联合学院已经培养出大批的优秀毕业生。沈飞集团与庞巴迪公司就400飞机机身合作项目 成效明显。2018年，全国友协中国国际友城联合会向贝尔法斯特市颁发了对华友好城市交流合作奖，充分肯定了沈阳与贝尔法斯特市合作的丰硕成果。北爱尔兰华商总会作为当地最大的和最具影响力的侨社，对推动贝尔法斯特与沈阳的交流合作 发挥了积极作用，对于华商总会在发扬中华文化、服务北爱华人、华侨等领域取得的显著成绩，我们深表敬意。2020年，沈阳市克服疫情冲击带来的不利影响，统筹推进疫情防控和经济社会发展，经济保持平稳运行，地区生产总值 实现了正增长。当前，疫情尚未结束，抗疫仍在继续。我们坚信，寒冬阻挡不了春天的脚步。沈阳市将深入贯彻习近平新时代中国特色社会主义思想，抢抓“十四五”开局的先机，充分挖掘市场潜力，着力构建服务国内国际 双循环的战略支点。2021年是中国的牛年，牛象征着拼搏实干。让我们携手同心，以9牛爬坡、个个出力的奋斗姿态，共创沈阳与贝尔法斯特全方位合作的美好未来。祝大家新春快乐，身体健康，阖家幸福，万事如意。谢谢各位。
Right, so it's time now for an amazing and energetic performance sent especially from our sister city to Belfast for you to enjoy. The Shenyang Acrobatic Troupe was established in September 11, 1951, and it is an important cultural messenger of China's acrobatic diplomacy. It has an exceptional international reputation and has visited more than 60 countries for performances. The Shenyang Acrobatic Troupe show has been described as a fresh, thrilling experience by experts in acrobatics. So look forward to some boomerang ninjas, lasso acrobats, as well as a magic performance. Kelly.
那沈阳杂技团呢，成立于1951年9月11日，是中国杂技外交的重要文化使者，在国际上具有非常高的声誉，曾先后赴60多个国家及地区慰问演出，受到了热烈欢迎。那沈阳杂技团的杂技晚会呢，也被杂技界专家一致认为是一部集惊险性、观赏性和娱乐性为一体的现代新型杂技晚会。那下面请欣赏他们的杂技绝活。
我们是沈阳杂技演艺集团的演员，在此辞旧迎新之际，仅代表沈阳市文旅广电局及沈阳广大市民，
恭祝有成贝尔法斯特的华人同胞及所有朋友新年喜乐，
平安顺意，同心抗疫，共度难关。
山再高，敢攀登，终将登顶；路再远，走下去，定能到达。
让我们一起守望春暖花开，届时一定要欢聚一堂，共襄盛举。
Now, up next is just a reminder of the international dimension between Northern Ireland and China. A lot of people migrate for different reasons. It could be for work or maybe just a change in climate. Here now is a message from one of our friends over in China, Mr. Stephen Graham.
那中国与北爱尔兰互利合作是没有止步的，我们携手共进，续写合作的新篇章。那这里的合作不单单是指政府间合作，我们民间的交流呢，也是各国友好互助的典范。有请北爱尔兰在中国的我们的老朋友 Stephen Graham 来致辞。
Hi everybody, my name is Stephen Graham. I'm from Lisburn, Northern Ireland, but I've lived in Shanghai since 2001. I am the president of the Friends of Northern Ireland and China group, which was set up in 2015 by a few of us, hoping to promote closer ties between Northern Ireland and China. We have a group of about 216 people, made up of our Northern Ireland expats, Chinese nationals, and quite a few students who have returned from Queen's and Ulster University. We organise activities and exchanges for business, social and culture. At this time, I'd like to wish everybody a New Nian Kuai Le, GONG XI, and as my two boys like to add, Hong Bong Na Lai.
Thank you very much, Graham. Now it's time for us to be out and about in Belfast, and up next we showcase some of Belfast's famous places. And if you are watching this in China, these are some of the places in Belfast you should definitely visit. And these pictures were taken by Chen, who is an international student from China studying at Queen's University. Kelly?
那贝尔法斯特呢，曾经被评为世界上最具幸福感的10大城市之一。那哪些地方是您必须要打卡的呢？别急，我们也为您提供了几个绝佳的打卡圣地。女王大学的留学生陈湾给大家展示他眼中的贝法，希望您看过后也来一睹贝法的迷人的风采。在合影人里面，手中呢，他们拿到的是中国空运过来的中国国家级非物质文化遗产贵州的枫香印染技艺，上面书写了牛年祝福。
Now, the banners in the photos are Chinese state-level non-material cultural heritage. They were posted by air from China, and people use a special printing method with resin from a maple tree's bark that are unique to the Guizhou province in China. The Chinese characters on them contain good wishes for the year of the ox. Time now for our Irish music performance, which is a Scots-Irish medley and is performed by our very talented local musicians, Seamas O'Lara and Brendan Popplestone, followed by an Irish dance from the Ballynafeigh dancers. Right, Kelly?
那现在呢，是我们的苏格兰和爱尔兰的音乐表演时间，由我们才华横溢的本地音乐家 Sheamas Olabhradha 和 Brendan Popplestone 倾情表演。随后是爱尔兰舞者的翩翩舞姿，大家有请欣赏。
I belong to Glasgow, here on Glasgow town. There's something with Glasgow, for it's going round and round. I'm only a common young working chap, as anyone here can see. But when I get a couple of drinks on a Saturday, Glasgow belongs to me.
now just to take 15 seconds to reflect and just to pull ourselves towards ourselves, just to relax, and most importantly, to remember the lives that we have lost due to the coronavirus. Now, during this time of lockdown, it's important for us to remember the 5 steps to well-being, which are to connect, to be active, to take notice, keep learning, and of course, to give. Kelly?
那下面是我们10秒的放松时间，借着这段时间呢，大家也可以追思因感染新冠而失去的亲人们，也更提醒我们注意防护，保持健康。
Thank you very much. Now, the following animation reflects an exciting piece of work that we started once the doors of the Chinese Welfare Association closed during the first COVID lockdown. Now, we call this segment Virus and Me, and is presented to us by Future Screens and the Chinese Welfare Association. It's about the lifestyles and experiences of the Chinese community in Northern Ireland. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the clip.
那下面这个动画呢，是由华福会和 Future Screens 联合出品的，从隔离期间开始制作的。那这个主题呢，叫做《病毒与我》，展示了北爱的华人社区在隔离期间的一些生活状态。现在大家可以放轻松，一起来欣赏。
I wish I could see them up close. For me, life is calm, but this pandemic is a challenge I never expected to face. I try to keep my head up and to stay busy. I encourage my family to open up and to share what we worry about. My daughter says she feels the bacteria bouncing around everywhere. We're scared to get the virus and to contaminate others. There's a sense of panic as if the end of the world is coming. We also struggle financially. I'm not sure when I'll go back to work. We try to save money as much as we can. Home cooking is a great way to do so, and to keep our little one entertained, for a while at least. Homeschooling has been more challenging than I expected. There are a lot of distractions in the house. Supervising her work has affected our relationship, which is really upsetting for me. My husband worries too. He thinks people will discriminate against us even more because of where they think the virus came from. I have to admit that some negativity has been felt towards the Chinese community here. I haven't experienced it personally, but I'm aware of it. My neighbours had eggs thrown at their windows. Some friends have been robbed, and some have been hurt by a group of teenagers. And when I wear a mask, people stare at me. But this is getting better. So, there are a lot of worries, but our community helps a lot. The Chinese community is united as one. We distributed masks and gloves, raised money for our friends and family in China, donated to the NHS, and painted rainbows. I received a mask from my daughter's school, and I felt the warmth of the staff's hearts. We got to know our neighbours better, and we played some online games and quizzes with friends. I've learned a lot during these scary few months. I accepted the challenge to maintain a good attitude, and I'm doing my best. Despite the reports of negativity from our community, Northern Ireland feels like home. Living here for more than a decade, I'm used to the lifestyle and customs. I want my child to grow up here and to be integrated into the Northern Irish family. I feel hopeful about the future. Although the pandemic is serious, I believe that one day life will return to normal. And when it does, we'll be the first to run out and get some fresh air.
up next is the story of the Chinese Welfare Association, a story of resilience, if you may. Now, when our doors closed, we kept on going. Another production from the CWA, as well as Future Screens Northern Ireland. It's time for us now to reflect on the feelings of the Chinese community. And remember, if you want to find out the goings-on of the Chinese Welfare Association, you can visit CWANI.org for more of those details. Kelly?
那现在呢，下面我们为大家带来华福会的故事。因为新冠呢，我们不得已已经暂时关闭了华福会中心，但是这并不意味着华福会的工作人员暂停为这里的华人华侨服务。我们已经在网上发布了一些新的动态，大家也可以去官网上了解更多的信息。
Hello, my name is William Mulford, and I'm the Managing Director of the Chinese Welfare Association. Who would have imagined that last year, when we were celebrating the Year of the Rat, that we would have to face a global pandemic? It was about this time last year that we began to notice that the numbers of people attending our activities in the centre began to drop. Sadly, just a few days before the national lockdown was announced, we took all of our computers, put them in the back of the car, and closed the doors, and moved all of our services to online. We diverted all of our face-to-face client work and began to operate this using online services and apps. We created then a COVID-19 response plan to make sure that everyone was aware of how we had adapted our services and how, if people needed to get in contact with us, what would be the best way of doing that. During this time of lockdown, one of the first projects that we were delighted to work on was the animation that you just saw, The Virus and Me. This was a great, fun collaboration with Future Screens. With the centre being closed, there was a lot of emphasis on keeping active, and thanks to the support of the Belfast Health Development Unit and the Active Belfast programme, we were recipients of the Emmy Active Fund, and we redesigned and reprofiled our services to fit the new normal. First of all, we turned some of our plan towards providing emergency response, Meals on Wheels. But later on, we then took our exercise plans and nutritional information and put it in the online format. Yes, all over Belfast, there were people jumping up and down in their homes, exercising and breaking into a sweat. As an organisation, we had heard about Microsoft Teams, and it wasn't long before we realised that this would be a great solution to connect our team and also to provide some client-facing work. As the year developed, so the restrictions began to be relaxed. And over the summer, we then began to do some work with clients. We began to prepare to reopen the centre, and so we bought lots of Perspex glass screens and masks, and you can find alcohol gel almost in every corner of the centre. And we were delighted that just before Christmas, we were able again to host the Romanian elections. But sadly, as Christmas passed and as the death rate increased and as the restrictions got tighter, as we entered into our next period of lockdown, which we are currently still in, we had to take the sad decision to close the doors of the centre again. As we look forward to the year ahead, we do have plans. We want to take all the IT learning we have and develop it further. We were so glad that even through this online performances, we were able to reconnect with our old friends in China. And we hope that as things relax and as restrictions relax, we will be able to reconnect with our Chinese colleagues and help to promote the city of Belfast and Shenyang. So hopefully as time develops and as we relaunch our website, as you begin to see us more and more, we will still keep the centre at the centre, which is our motto. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for looking after us. Thanks for all the messages we received. Thank you for coming and supporting this event. It means a lot. Thank you so much. So without any further ado, I would like to wish you not only a happy Chinese New Year, but a hopeful Chinese New Year.
那最后呢，我想讲几句中文。祝大家新年快乐，牛年行大运，身体健康，万事如意。
Well, it is time now for our second performance from Shenyang. We thought we'd save the best for last. It's the Panda Acrobatics. Look forward to some wire walking as well as some hoop skills. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Kelly?
那我们中国呢有句俗话说得好，叫好饭不怕晚，一般好的我们也会留到最后啊。那接下来的节目一样精彩。在节目开始前呢，我们要致谢我们的几位老朋友：沈阳市人民政府外事办公室主任王金莹、副主任孙丽、欧非处处长孙鑫，尤其还要感谢沈阳市人民政府外事办公室欧非处副处长赵雪、沈阳市文化广电新闻出版局副局长马金和艺术处外联处副处长米佳提供沈阳杂技团的精彩视频。下面有请欣赏杂技表演。
Thank you very much from our friends at Shenyang. Now, the next section is all about learning, because we do keep learning even through lockdown. And of course, you kids are not even at school, so use every opportunity you can to do every bit of learning that you can. So how well do you know your line from your dragon then, huh? Well, we already had the line dance at the beginning of the show, and now we learn a bit more about the dragon dance, which is much, much longer in length, but this next clip is much shorter. Kelly?
那刚刚惊险刺激的杂技简直太棒了。那我们也提到了舞龙舞狮呢，在庆祝活动中必不可少的。刚刚大家已经大饱眼福观看了舞狮表演，那接下来是一点小知识，是关于舞龙表演。舞龙呢，源自古人对龙的崇拜，从春节开始舞龙呢，然后2月龙抬头，端午节也舞龙。那有请大家学习以及欣赏舞龙。
Hello, my name is David, and in Cantonese is Ga Sing. With Chinese New Year fast approaching, I'd like to tell you about Chinese dragons. These hold special significance in Chinese culture. These mystical creatures are said to control the water, rain, and the storms. In Asia, dragons are a sign of strength, power, and good luck. A long time ago, China had powerful men called emperors, and they would wear silk robes with dragon motifs woven into the fabric. Many depictions of Chinese dragons show a pearl under their chin or claws. The pearl is associated with spiritual energy, wisdom, prosperity, power, immortality, thunder, or the moon. Chinese art often depicts a pair of these dragons chasing or fighting over the pearl. There are 4 major dragon kings, each representing 4 large bodies of water around China: East China Sea, South China Sea, Lake Qinghai, and Lake Baikal. To this day, dragons are a very important symbol in Chinese culture, so much so that in Hong Kong, where my family is from, our skyscrapers and high-rises have enormous holes built into them, and we call them dragon gates, to allow the dragons that live at the top of the mountains to fly through them, so they can have unhindered access to the sea. There's a district in Hong Kong called Kowloon, and this means 9 dragons, as there's a mountain with 8 peaks and one right next to it, where the 9 dragons sleep. So I hope we've learned more about Chinese mythology, and I would like to wish you all a happy Chinese New Year.
While we're on the topic of learning, Kelly, you promised to teach me a phrase in Chinese, so I thought I'd also return the favor by teaching you a South African greeting in the language of Zulu. Can you say Sanibonani?
Can you say it again?
Sanibonani.
Sanibonani. What does that mean?
That is a greeting in Zulu. It means hello in Zulu. All right.
Okay, so I'll teach you the Chinese phrase I promised. So, 恭喜 means congratulations and happiness to you. Now follow me. 恭喜
恭喜 恭喜
对，那下面恭喜 Yes,
恭喜
you are doing great job.
Awesome.
恭喜 Yes. 那下面大家也可以跟我一起来学习哈，恭喜，并且下面的一首歌曲呢，大家也可以一起跟着唱，很容易上口。名字是恭喜恭喜。
Awesome. Now that I've learned that, I think I'm ready for this next clip. So at home, please join us as we all sing along to Gong XI.
每条大街小巷，每个人的嘴里。
of Tai Chi is very important for not only our physical well-being, but also for our mental state. It encourages body strength and a great way to de-stress, something which is vitally important, especially during these times of lockdown. So let's enjoy this next clip. It's a Tai Chi presentation from Master Zhu.
那太极对我们的身体健康也是大有裨益的，对我们的良好精神状态的保持呢也尤为重要，尤其是在特殊的时期。那现在呢，我们邀请朱师傅给我们带来精彩的太极表演，大家有请欣赏。
Now, sadly, we've come to the end of the show. What a marvelous experience it has been. Once again, we'd like to thank the Belfast City Council, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Chinese Welfare Association, and everybody who's been working tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event possible. And of course, to you, our wonderful audience there at home, you've been absolutely magnificent, and thank you for being part of the experience. So for one last time, we'd like for you to give us a big wave and get ready for our final goodbye as we play out with a track called An Unforgettable Night. Kelly?
那快乐的时光总是短暂的，就这样，我们的演出已经接近了尾声。我想大家和我一样，非常感激这次难忘的经历。我们再次感谢贝尔法斯的市政厅、华商会以及华福会，以及所有的在幕后为这次活动默默付出的不懈努力的人们。当然，我们更要感谢在屏幕前观看的你们。那现在，请和我们一起和着美好的音乐挥手道别。我们这次说再见是为了下次更好的遇见。2022年，我们再见。
难忘今宵，难忘今宵，无论天涯与海角，神州万里同怀抱，共祝愿祖国好，祖国好。难忘今宵，难忘今宵，无论天涯与海角，神州万里同怀抱，共祝愿祖国好，祖国好，共祝愿祖国好，共祝愿祖国好。告别今宵，告别今宵，无论心有与故交，明年春来再相邀，青山在，人未老，人未老，青山在，人未老，青山在，人未老，共祝愿祖国好，共祝愿祖国好。